Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to our latest 40k battle report. And today it's a special battle report for two reasons. Firstly, we're in Robin's new studio. So welcome to the new studio.
Welcome to the nest.
Oh, is that what we're going with?
Yeah, why not?
We're going with the nest. Okay, welcome to the nest. Whatever. And the second reason this is quite a special battle report is the first time in about 10 months that we've actually been able to get together and actually roll some dice, which we are both super excited about. For me, it is my first game in that 10 months. I haven't played any games at all.
No.
And you've had one game at Warhammer World.
A couple of days ago.
Brilliant. So, yeah, it's going to be great fun to actually get onto the table and actually roll some dice. Mission wise, we've just had Chapter Approve released, and we're doing a mission called Priority Target. Obviously, there's new secondaries in there as well. Armies, you're taking your
Craftworlds.
Yeah, so you're going to be quick. We've seen Craftworlds before. I can pretty much almost guess what you're going to run.
Yeah, well, it's basically, I've got about 2,000 points of Craftworlds, just over 2,000 points, so you've all seen it before. It's pretty much the same course.
For me, I've brought an army out of retirement, and that is my Black Legion, my Chaos Space Marines. It's been a long time since they've been on the channel. I think 7th edition was the last time they were involved in any kind of game. I parted them, I wasn't enjoying them, and I'm bringing them out of retirement. I've added some miniatures to them as well. There's going to be some of the older, more classic miniatures.
Yeah, classic base sizes as well.
Yeah, there is. Let's not talk about that. So yes, there's some classic miniatures in here, but there are also some new additions. Obviously, we've both had points drop with the new books, so we're interested to see how that works. I'm going to be taking a Land Raider. Are they viable? Maybe. We will find out, won't we?
They're better than they were, but they weren't great. There you go.
So they're now mediocre?
Maybe.
We'll tell you at the end of the game. But before we go into showcasing our armies, there's just one thing that I just quickly want to touch on. 82% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. So just just have a look below. Make sure you are subscribed. If you were subscribed and you're not, because YouTube has had a bit of a flip and it's unsubscribed people for some channels, just click the subscribe button, click the bell icon as well so you never miss any of our content. Don't forget as well, in the description below there is a link to our sponsor where you can get some great discount on all your hobby needs, and it also helps support the channel as well. But should we go take a look at the armies? This is my 2,000 points of Chaos for today. They are being led by a Chaos Lord in Terminator armour. He has the Warlord trait, Black Clad Brute, and he also has the Relic of Angel's Bane. Next HQ is the Master of Possession. He has the Psychic Power Cursed Earth and obviously Smite as well. Into troops, we have a 10-man Chaos Space Marine squad in here. The Inspiring Champion has a plasma pistol and a power axe. There's also the Reaper auto cannon. Everybody else is standard. Next troop choice, we have a 10-man Chaos Space Marine squad. The Inspiring Champion in here has a power fist and a plasma pistol. There is a melter gun model there, but I'm not using that today. It's just going to be counted as having a bolter. Into elites, we have a Terminator squad, 2 power fists, and a Reaper auto cannon in there, one with a power maul as well. Next, we have 10 Khorne Berserkers, all with just a standard loadout. Next, heavy support, we have 2 Defilers, battle cannons, auto Reaper cannons. We have the power scourges on there as well, and we also have the 2 claws. Next, we have Obliterators. I'm running 3 of these, 2 of the older models, but they are just as standard. We next have a Land Raider, again standard loadout. We have the Venom Crawler, and finally we have a Flyer that is the Helldrake, and he comes with the Bale Flamer, and that is my 2,000 points.
Here is my 2,000 points of Craftworlds. I'm using a custom Craftworld, which is giving me expert crafters and superior shurikens. So extra range on the shurikens and re-roll a hit and wound for the unit. It is led by the 3 HQs. So we have the Skyrunner Farseer. He is my Warlord, and he has got Fate's Messenger as his Warlord trait. He's got the Phoenix Gem Relic and Guide and Doom, because what else would you run him with? We've also got Jane Czar, and then we have a Spirit Seer. In troops, I have 3 squads of Guardians. 2 have got a Shuriken Cannon, 1 hasn't. Then elites, we have the new, improved, cheaper Wraith Guard and Wraith Blades with the axes, and then we have the Wraith Guard as well. I'm not sure if they've dropped, maybe. Then we have 2 fast attack choices. The Warp Spiders, the Exarch has the 2 Splinter Rifles and the Power Blades, and then I have the Shining Spears, and the Exarch has been given the Star Lance. I've got 3 3 Wave Serpents. 2 of them have got the cannons, and 1 of them has just got the underslung Shuriken catapults. And rounding out the force, I've got a flyer, which is a Exarch, Crimson Hunter Exarch. He's got star cannons and the pulse laser, and that comes out at I think it's 1,995.
The armies are down on the battlefield, and the first of the objective markers is down behind the cargo containers. It is the objective marker that I decided to move back, and I've also made that my priority target. Right behind there we have the first of the Chaos Space Marines, and we also have the Master of Possession. Next to them we have Defiler, the Venom Crawler, looking at moving their way up the battlefield. Next we have the second of the Defilers waiting to head up the clear space of the battlefield. Next to them we have the 10-man Chaos Space Marine squad with the Warlord, the Chaos Lord in Terminator armor. Just behind this building, the next objective marker is hidden away underneath that Land Raider. The Land Raider has the Khorne Berserkers in, and then finally we have the Helldrake ready to head across the battlefield and hopefully take out that Crimson Hunter. The main objective marker down in the middle of the battlefield is there in between this ruins. Robin's side of the battlefield, we have his first objective marker here, just on the outside of the Manufactorum. We have the Crimson Hunter, we have the Wave Serpent. This one has the Guardians in. The next of the Wave Serpents, and this one has Jane Czar in there, the Wraith Blades.
And also Shadow Seer.
That's the one, the Shadow Seer is in there as well. His priority target objective, again, he decided to move, is here next to this Manufactorum building. Inside of that Manufactorum building, we have the first of the Guardian squads that are nicely positioned in there. Then we have all the wonderful Shining Spears and the Farseer there, ready to head down the battlefield, and that is Robin's Warlord. And we have the final Wave Serpent, and this one has Guardians inside of it. Deep striking for the Chaos, we have a squad of Terminators, and I've put the Obliterators into Teleport Strike as well. I thought that might be a better option than just leaving them at the back of the battlefield. They only move 4 inches, they're a bit slow. So deep strike them in and then try and get them on the charge. For Robin, he has Warp Spiders in.
Yeah, they're doing their special ability, which is deep striking.
Yeah, deep striking.
1 CP for Webway Strike for the Wraith Guard.
And it is Eldari to go first. So in Robin's movement phase, he's moved the first of the Wave Serpents up the battlefield, closer and closer to the priority objective on my side. Over in the middle of the battlefield, where I think most of the stuff has happened, his Farseer and his Wave Serpent have come up the battlefield. You've dropped somebody off quite sneakily there, haven't you, Robin?
Yeah, so he's holding that middle objective.
Yeah.
His character that he's blocked by the
He is indeed.
transport.
Over here we have the next to the Wave Serpents coming around the building. We have the Shining Spears.
They're just hiding.
Hiding away like cowards.
Sight blocking
It is.
there, so.
But the Crimson Hunter is probably the guy with the most guts so far, who's screamed his way up the battlefield, now looking at taking on the Helldrake. A little bit of a whiff fest there for Robin. It's quite nice to see. So the Wave Serpent here shot down at the Chaos Space Marines, killing off 3 of them. These guys out of range. You did cast Guide, didn't you, down onto this Wave Serpent, but everything else basically failed to... was it Doom you was trying to cast, wasn't it?
Yeah, Doom failed. I did Guide on this because he advanced, so he would have been -1 to hit, so just to give him the extra. Plus this one has only got Shuriken Catapults, not the Shuriken Cannon. So I didn't really have that much target because Richard, for some reason, decided to backline all of his close combat units.
Worked though.
So 3 wounds there. This just whiffed, did nothing.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty much out of range. So I just had some Shuriken cannons really, which I could shoot. So Shuriken cannons from this and the Shuriken cannon from that squad shot into the Land Raider, completely bounced.
No damage whatsoever.
And then
Crimson Hunter.
Crimson Hunter, he got 2 good shots with his pulse laser onto the Helldrake, but Richard managed to save one of those. So 3 damage, and then the Star Cannons just bounced off. So
the Helldrake's taken 3 damage. We're going to be going into my turn, and he will regain a wound at the start of my turn, so he's only lost 2. Movement for the Chaos Space Marines. The Defiler has moved around, heading up towards the Wave Serpent. The Master of Possession and the Chaos Space Marines moved up onto the priority objective there. Still got some shots going into that Wave Serpent as well. Or, there's Guardians in that. Destroy it with that, shoot the Guardians with them. Ding. Venom Crawler. That's moved up as well, probably trying to get some shots down at the other Wave Serpent. The Helldrake has moved as well, probably looking at doing exactly the same. I'm literally just trying to get my Bring It Down or whatever it was called that I took as my secondary now. The other Defiler, that's moved forward, shots going in, probably the other Wave Serpent. The Land Raider moved up big time, up the battlefield, looking again probably at the tank options. The Crimson Hunter, I'm still going to ignore that for the moment, and I've moved these guys into that building for a bit of cover, because their objective is wide in the open. Successful round of shooting there for the Chaos Space Marines. The Defiler shot down at the Wave Serpent, doing a fair bit of damage. The Chaos Space Marines shot into that as well, didn't really do anything. The Venom Crawler shot in and managed to finish it off. I did also do a Super Smite with 4 wounds taken off the Wave Serpent with the Master of Possession. That left the Guardians out. Robin lost 2 as they disembarked. They were bale flamed by the Helldrake, killing off majority of the squad and only leaving 3 there. Over here, the other Defiler, that shot down at this Wave Serpent, managed to ping off a couple of wounds down here. The Land Raider, both last cannons shot down at the Wave Serpent here. Again, we're down to 7 wounds remaining here. And also we lost 2 from the Guardian squad inside of this building from the heavy bolters on top of the Land Raider, but we're going to be going into assault. The Helldrake is going to go and have a go at the other Wave Serpent. Helldrake made it into combat down there. I did also declare the Venom Crawler and the Defiler into this Guardian squad. Both of them failed their charge. Up here, another 3 damage done on to that Wave Serpent. Not the best round of combat, but I'll take it. The end of the first turn, quite good from a Chaos point of view. I think you whiffed a little bit there, didn't you, Rob?
Yeah,
not
the saves were appalling.
But saying that, you scored 6 victory points, and I scored 5.
Yeah,
so Robin is just ahead at the moment by 1 victory point.
3 for engaged because I was in all quarters.
Yep.
And then 3 for the priority.
Yep.
You scored 3 for the priority
down
and
there.
then 2 for bringing it down for the
Wave Serpent. But let's head into turn 2. Lots have changed now for the Craftworld. We have the Warp Spiders deep striked in 9 inches away from the back of the Defiler and the Chaos Space Marines. We also have the Wraith Guard have deep striked in as well. Crimson Hunter has flown round, possibly now the Master of Possession being the closest miniature. Wave Serpent round this side of the battlefield. Everybody that was inside that Wave Serpent has got out as it went through. So we have the Wraith Blades and also Jenzar out on the battlefield. The Shining Spears and the Farseer have moved up. The Wave Serpent that took lots of damage from the Land Raider has also moved up as well. Now Robin isn't in the room, so I'm already starting to think about what could be left alive at the end of this turn. What can I use? Land Raider has got the Khorne Berserkers in. I'm thinking Khorne Berserkers go against those Eldari up there on that objective, and then the Land Raider can put its shots down into the back of the Wave Serpent, the Shining Spears. Now I do have the Obliterators and the Terminators to come in from deep striking at the start of my turn 2. This is priority objective here. Thinking deep strike the Terminators in here, shoot these guys in the building, into combat, clear them out, hold on to that objective there. Corn Berserkers out of the Land Raider, killing off these guys here, holding on to that objective there. Obliterators, where we've got big pockets of the Eldari, we'll deep strike in behind them, and then we'll put the shots in, and then we'll go into combat. Hopefully the Defilers will be alive and we'll be able to get into combat here. But lots and lots of firepower now from the Eldari and the Craftworld coming down onto the Chaos Force. Much better round of shooting this turn for the Craftworld. The Warp Spiders shot down into the Chaos Space Marines, killing 3-4 off. The Defiler is down to 1 wound remaining. That was from the Shining Spears and the Wave Serpent. These guys down here, they also shot at it as well, taking it down. This one is down to 11 wounds. That was the Crimson Hunter and that Wave Serpent there. Over here, the Land Raider is down to 15 wounds, and that was shots from the annoying Guardians up the top. Biggest thing that I think this turn for the Craftworld is the Chaos Space Marines and the Master Possession have gone. Shots on the Crimson Hunter, and then that Warp Spider shot down into him and blew its Serpent Shield and basically took them all out. So we're now not on that primary objective there, and I'm 1 set of troops missing and 1 HQ missing. Guessing there's going to be some charges, Rob.
Oh yes.
Thought there might be. That was a brutal fight phase. The Defiler down here overwatched into the Shining Spears as they came into combat, managed to get a wound onto them, but it wasn't enough. He exploded when he died. He put 3 wounds or 2 wounds down onto the Shining Spears.
Yeah.
He then also, killing one of them off. He then did 3 wounds down onto the Chaos Space Marines and 3 wounds onto my Warlord. The Chaos Space Marines down there have lost another 2 thanks to morale, so the Aspiring Champion is there on his own. The Venom Crawler down here, that has also gone. I did interrupt combat trying to hit into the Wraith Blades, but unfortunately there was no damage done, and then he went, well, he just died. He didn't go kaboom, which is a shame, because in that little close-up that would have been quite nice. At the end of Robin's second turn, he scored...
I scored another 3 for engage, because I'm in all quarters. I got 4 for bring it down for the Defiler and the Venom Crawler. Or is it 1 for the Venom Crawler? He's under 10, he's 10 wounds, isn't he?
Yep.
So scored 3 for that.
Yep.
And then I got my priority for holding my one.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
hold yours yet.
The Chaos Warlord and the 1 remaining Chaos Space Marines have just jumped up a floor, just because, you know, why the hell not? The Defiler down here, that has shimmied round. He's going to try and put his shots down onto the Wraith Blades and then probably go into combat with the Wave Serpent. The Land Raider has dropped his cargo of Corn Berserkers off there now, up looking at charging, or shooting and charging into those Guardians.
Those Berserkers are in trouble. Those Guardians are mean.
Those Guardians are mean, are they? They're not. The Land Raider has turned round. That's going to put some shots down into the Wave Serpent. The Helldrake has moved just a little bit. Now I have 2 characters within my grasp, and I think the Flame is going to do a bit of damage, and if the guy dies, then I will assault the other one. The Obliterators are deep strike down, looking at the back of the Wraith Guards as well. And finally, the Terminators have deep strike down. They will be able to charge the boys inside the building. The Land Raider down here shot at the Wave Serpent, destroying that. It did not explode. The Helldrake with his Balflamer went down against the Farseer? No, Spirit Seer, that's the one, inside the building. Doing 2 wounds. He was going to die, but Robin command pointed and saved him, annoyingly. The Obliterators down here shot at the Wraith Guard, as did the Defiler. There's only 1 guy left with 2 wounds remaining. We're going to head into the combat phase. Defiler's going to go into that Wave Serpent, try and destroy that for my bring them down. The Corn Berserkers are going to go into the pointy-eared people up there on the objective. And then finally, the Terminators at the top of the battlefield are going to try and get into the building, get into combat with the other pointy-eared people on that objective. In the combat phase, not actually a bad round there. The Wave Serpent down here is gone. That went boom. And it did actually explode as well, didn't it? And I took a couple of wounds off my Defiler 3, and you took 1 wound off your Wraith Guard down there who has passed morale. Over here, the Helldrake got into combat with the Farseer, taking off 2 wounds. Down there, the Guardians are dead on that objective, now being held by the Khorne Berserkers. And sadly, the one thing I actually really want to happen, which is the Terminators going into combat with the boys inside the building, failed miserably. And I've scored 4 victory points that turn for bringing it down.
You didn't score any in your primary though.
No victory points on the primary because
took you off the
took me off the objectives. Yeah, so fair play on that one. And I haven't been doing raise the banner because I haven't got any troops anywhere near a banner. So, yay. As we head into turn 3, lots of movement happened now. The Wraith Guard down here, plus the Farseer who's came out of combat with the Helldrake have moved. Down here, the Janezar and the Wraith Blade are now onto that objective with the Defiler there as well. The Shining Spears, they've moved up looking at engaging and taking on the Obliterators. The Warp Spiders did their flicker jump. They're an annoying thing.
Warp jump generator.
That's what he said. So they are now here onto this objective. The Crimson Hunter has come around all the way up here, looking at probably putting some shots down at the Terminators. And in Robin's words, it's time for the Guardians to get their big boy pants on, and they're now out and they're going to give the Terminators a little bit of a pepper in as we head into the shooting phase. Big turn there for the Craftworld. The Warlord has died. He's been shot off the battlefield by the Warp Spiders.
Yeah, got lots of 6s then on the wounds.
You did get 5 6s.
Yeah,
that's
6
right.
6s.
6 6s, good point. So Defiler has taken a lot of wounds. Now we're down to 1.
Yep.
He's going to regrow one, but I don't think that overly helps. Down here, the Obliterators...
He's going to die.
Yeah,
That's what's going to
yeah, probably. The Obliterators down here, down to 1 wound on one of the guys that was shot from the Shining Spears. And sadly, my Terminators have been killed. Robin killed one of them with the Guardians.
Big boy pants were on.
And then the Crimson Hunter just shot the rest of them off the battlefield. But we're going to be heading into assault. I think there might be some kind of assault going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not exactly the best round of combat there for the Craftworld. Robin, what happened?
I did all the hits.
Yeah.
I did all the wounds.
You did.
You did all the 5-up saves.
I did indeed. And
Yeah.
then what happened?
And then you punched me back.
And I...
You killed my robot. And you killed... well, you did 2 damage to
Janezar. And then over here, what happened? Exactly the same.
Yeah.
You did all the hits, you did all the wounds.
Yeah.
I did all of the saves.
Yeah.
I then punched you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did kill off an Obliterator.
Just the one.
And
I
I
only had 1 wound.
And I overwatched over there.
Yeah, and you killed 1.
And I killed 1 as well. For Robin's victory points this turn, this objective down here is contested. You got how many, Robin?
I got 2 for my priority here, because I was hoping that would be dead to give me the 3, but hey, Richard rolled lucky. And then I got 3 for engage on all fronts, so that's 2 points. I didn't get anything on bring it down, because Rich got lucky.
The Land Raider has moved up, looking at putting some shots down into the Warp Spiders. The Aspiring Champion is there waiting to pounce on them as well. Defiler's obviously stayed still. Helldrake, that has moved up. It's going to burn those Guardians and then come into assault here. And the Khorne Berserkers at the moment, I'm just holding them there, holding on to that objective at that end of the battlefield. In the shooting phase for the Chaos, I shot Janezar with the Auto Reaper cannons, managed to get 1 wound onto her. Down here, I went to shoot the Warp Spiders with the Land Raider. They flicker jumped and are now hiding away down here. The last thing to shoot was the Helldrake at the Guardians, and I managed to kill off 3 of them. Not a bad round of combat. The slobber knocker between Janezar and the Defiler carries on. Both of us now down to 1 wound. Obviously, the Defiler regrew a wound, which he then had knocked back off again.
Which kept him alive.
It's
the luckiest Defiler ever.
Not a bad little slobber knocker down here. Down here for the Shining Spears, 2 have died. I've also lost another Obliterator. And here, not exactly what I wanted to happen with the Helldrake and the Crimson Hunter, but another couple of wounds done.
It's because he had to back in.
He's had to back in because of the model. Well, Robin did that. Don't look at me. So points-wise for me, I score 5 victory points for holding on to the objective up there with the Khorne Berserkers. Nothing for bring it down. I am raising the banner as well with the Khorne Berserkers, so I'll get that next time. Nothing for bring it down. Not holding on to my priority at the moment. So yeah, it's just the 5 victory points this turn. So Robin decided to take James R out of combat, so I'm guessing so that he could shoot with these guys across into the Defiler. But I've just used 1 CP for cut them down, which is where if you roll a 6, they take a mortal wound.
Guess what Richard rolled with the luckiest Defiler in the world?
So I rolled a 6. So she's got 1 wound left. James R's dead. Robin's really not happy.
Ridiculous.
Movement phase for the Craftworld. The boys that got their big boy pants on are now back inside the building.
Taking them off again.
Taking them off again and got them hidden. The Shining Spear, or the exile for the Shining Spears that's alive, is now over here, looking at getting into combat or doing some dirty damage to the Khorne Berserkers.
He fell out of combat, so he can't do anything.
He can't do anything.
It's just to get him in that table quarter.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then the Warp Spiders have jumped back out again here. Crimson Hunter is now down here as well. And then finally, with the death of James R, the Farseer has gone over here, looking at dealing with the Obliterator, and then the Wraith Guards are now looking at the Defiler. In the Psychic phase, the Defiler was destroyed by a Smite from the Farseer. The Obliterator was killed by the
Super Smite.
Super Smite from inside the building, which is annoying. And the only other thing really to happen was my Aspiring Champion that was down here died from the Warp Spiders, who have assaulted into the Land Raider. I did Overwatch, but absolutely no damage. It's not a bad little rack of victory points there. Robbie got 2 points for bring it down. He also has priority because he has this objective here and the other objective over there. So that gets him another 3 victory points. And then there's table quarters as well, which he has somebody in each quarter. Not bad, Robin, not bad.
And also I got 10 on my primary.
And you got 10 on your primary, yes. In the shooting phase for the Chaos, I killed off 1 of the Warp Spiders with my shots. I managed to kill off another 4 I think, wasn't it, inside that building with the Bale Flamer. I also did a wound on the Exarch with bolt pistols from the Khorne Berserkers. And then moving into Assault, the Khorne Berserkers went into combat down here and killed him off, basically. They managed to conga line him all the way around, so we're still holding on to that objective.
And still with incoherency.
And the Land Raider down here with the Warp Spiders, no damage done either side, so again, a bit of a whiff fest down there. In the victory points for me this turn, we got raised the banners over there for the Khorne Berserkers, and we got 5 for holding on to that objective at the start.
Primary,
Yeah, primary, and that's kind of it, really. Bring it down, the only thing left to do is the Crimson Hunter over here, but everything's kind of out of the way that can deal with that a little bit, so that's a little bit annoying. I might have to bring the Heldrake down, maybe deal with that. We'll have to see. And Robbie spent 2 command points for insane bravery on the Guardians inside that building, so they will not be going anywhere. For the Craftworld this turn, the Wraith Guard have stayed still. Farseer has swept around this side of the building looking at the Khorne Berserkers. The Crimson Hunter is there, and the Warp Spiders fell out of combat with your, what is it called?
Warp jump.
Warp jump, there you go, whatever that is.
So they can still shoot.
21 inches you went then, didn't you?
22.
22 inches. And they can still shoot as well. So those Khorne Berserkers are going to be in for a world of hurt. In the Psychic phase, there was 2 smites cast, 1 from inside the building with the Spirit Seer and 1 from the far side, killing off 6 in total. Robin went
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan, yeah, you did. And then the Warp Spiders shot at the remaining Khorne Berserkers and killed them all off. Then the Crimson Hunter shot down at the Land Raider, took off 4 wounds in total, so that's still alive with 7. But that is it. There is no combat for Robin. Let's head over to Chaos. The only thing that moved was the Heldrake, who Bale Flamed the Crimson Hunter. 1 wound done. Then the las cannons from the Land Raider shot up, doing 6 damage. And then finally the Heavy Bolters, 2 of them went through. Robin CP'd 1 of them, but failed, and then that was enough to kill it off. So at the end of the Chaos turn, I scored 5 on the primary for holding on to that objective there. And then I also scored 2 for bring it down with the Crimson Hunter. So at the end of the game, victory points for the Craftworld 93, and for the Chaos it was
37.
37. So a victory for the Craftworld. So guys, welcome to the post-game review. I'm just going to go over what happened in that battle. I think hands up on my point of view. I think that the fact that I haven't actually played the game in 10 months.
Yeah, it really showed. Lots of ring rust.
Yeah.
Always remember your primary objectives, because I just started out scoring. So I think really, from a scoring point of view, I was beyond reach from probably turn 3.
Yeah,
really.
probably.
Picking raise the banners, although it's sort of I think it's slightly reworded, but
do you know what? I think there's one thing that I've learned from this battle is I don't like raise the banners.
Yeah,
I think
you need throwaway units. Chaos Space Marines, yeah, they're not great, but they're the best troops that you've got in your Chaos army, really.
And they say cultists, and then you might be able to do raise the banners.
Yeah, exactly. You could do cultists, but you don't want to be doing it with 10 Chaos Space Marines or berserkers like you did down here.
No, you're right, you don't.
So yeah, it's a bit of a wasted choice, that one. The mission one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Holding both, so it meant that you were really fighting over there, and we had that absolutely epic battle with James R and the Defiler. It just it was so cinematic.
That was pretty good. You did then decide to step out of combat, and I'm like, no. Yeah. And then picked her up in the claw.
It was just she did a backflip, and you just went. Quarter, chopped her in two. Oh god!
I will say it's first game out from my Chaos for quite a few years, and I really enjoy playing them again. Obliterators, holy moly, they are really, really good. Yeah. Defilers are still really good. I've always liked my Defilers. Land Raider.
It's still alive, but
well, yeah, it is.
In my list, I didn't really have that much in the way of anti-tank. I mean, the anti-tank I had over here with my Wraith Guard, but they're only 12-inch range and they're really slow. Yep. So when I deep strike them in, just because I needed to prioritise getting that objective and also clearing off the defilers and everything.
Yeah.
So by the end of the game, I was just out of range, so I just used them to sit there. The Crimson Hunter was harassing it quite a bit, but it's just. 2 up save, it's strong, toughness 8. It's
265 points.
It's not terrible. I mean, it did the job. It had Corn Berserkers in, it delivered them down here, stole that objective, raised the banner on it. Yeah. And then it sat on that objective, scoring that one for you as well.
Yeah.
While shooting my tanks.
And it killed off the Crimson Hunter at the end. Did 6 damage with the.
So I'd say actually, it's probably been your MVP.
I don't know. Helldrake has been brilliant.
Helldrake was pretty good.
Absolutely brilliant.
My force is probably the ideal force for it to go against.
Well, yeah, probably.
Strength 6 flamer, it wounded everything on 2s, and you were picking on Guardians. But yeah, it was a very good harass unit.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because obviously because it's been so long since we've used any of these.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a proper flyer, but it's not. No. It's just got the fly keyword and moves up to 30 inches. So that was like, oh wait a second, yeah, it's not -1 to hit, and it can just stay where it wants.
No, your Farseer almost got killed by it. Your Spirit Seal almost got killed by it.
Yeah.
So only because you command point, your Farseer survived.
Yeah, I got lucky with that actually.
You did. But from your Craftworld, then your Warp Spiders are brilliant again. Annoying as hell.
Such a good little harass unit, stealing objectives, shooting troops.
Yeah.
But I had no better targets than to basically try and shoot a Land Raider and charge it on one turn, and that was just so I could stop the fire going on over here, so take me off that objective. That's why I did that. But then for them to do that warp jump generator move and still be able to shoot, that's just really good move.
Your Crimson Hunter was good, harassing me all around the battlefield.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, let's face it, your Farseer and your Spirit Seer did 2 smites and 6 casualties onto the Corn Berserkers. So they were really good as well. Yeah. Jane's R, now that's the second game that I played against Jane's R, and both times she's been a bit rubbish.
She did, but both times, the first time she was in an out-and-out fight with Gaz, which that's not going to go well, is it?
No, Gaz is always.
And in this one, she was up against the Defiler. Whereas what she likes to be is up among. If it was like 10 Chaos Space Marines, she would have had a great time. But it wasn't 10 Chaos Space Marines, was it? It was a big tank which you can only wound on 5s. So it's just
I didn't really have the target. So yeah, you could argue that it's my poor manoeuvring of her in both games where I've thrown her into something really hard.
And also knowing your army, knowing that you haven't got much anti-tank, I went spearhead with more heavy support, more of the big stuff. Because
so what you're saying, Richard, is you tailored your list, knowing ahead that what's Robin got painted? He's got no anti-tank in that list.
No, I went with what have I got in the box that doesn't look about 35 years old. That will do.
It's not metal.
What's metal? What's not?
Picking up those obliterates. Oh my God! Put me back out.
Oh, the obliterates! I need to get some more of them. I have got another one. One of the newer models waiting to be painted up, and I think I might have to get another set of them because they are brilliant. I really like those obliterators. Yeah. I think you're definitely going to be seeing the Chaos Space Marines back on the channel quite soon because I'm really enjoying it.
Need a revamp. You need to revamp them.
Yes, I do. And they
rebase them. They're not coming on this channel until they're rebased.
Oh, that's a lot.
Tell them in the comments.
No, we're not doing. No,
go on.
Hell no. I will do at some point. But yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment with them as well, and I really enjoy playing the Craftworld. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Please leave us a comment, guys. What do you think to the first game back? Have you tried the new missions in Chapter Approved? What do you think of them? What do you think to the rewording of the secondaries as well? Is there anything that I could have done differently in this battle? Is there anything Robin could have done differently in this battle? Yeah, I could have sat on my primary objective and not just ignored them and gone, kill everything, which is what happened.
Could have actually played the mission, you could have, Richard.
I'd rather just smash you in the face. So if I'm quite honest, I'm a Chaos Space Marine. I'm going to kill everything in my path. But anyway, don't forget, like I said at the beginning, the percentage of people that are not subscribed is massively high. Can we try and bring that down, guys? If you can subscribe, that would be fantastic.
It really helps us out with that YouTube algorithm.
It does. It means we get seen by more people, with the more people that like and comment on this video. So please like and comment on the video. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Click that little bell icon so you never miss any of our content. Don't forget, in the description there's a link to our sponsor Element Games where you can get some discount on all your hobby needs. But thanks for watching, guys, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.